Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Trista and welcome to my channel, A Purpose Driven Wife. And in today's video, I just want to show you guys something because I have a lot of questions, okay? And you know what? Before I even get into it, I just want to show you guys and you guys tell me, okay? We not only you guys tell me, but we're going to talk about it,
It's like the craziest thing. He threads the body of the worm through the hook so you can't see the hook at all. Then he's like, cast it into the sea, right? And then with the shrimp, he just snaps the heads off the shrimp, and he literally threads the hook through the beheaded shrimp all the way up to the tail. So when you throw it in, it just looks like a little shrimp is floating in there. And when I tell you we caught fish. We caught fish. He baited those things so well, and I can't resist the double entendre. He was a master baiter.
Yeah.
The double entendre is just too good for me not to.
Yes.
This dude was a master baiter. So he baited the hooks, threw them in. That's my rap coming out. I can't. It's a good metaphor, man. It's a good metaphor. Okay. So he throws it all out, and we caught a bunch of fish, all kind and different kinds of fish, right? And so I'm laying in the bed, and this morning the Holy Spirit says, "Tim, your language is bait for the people that I want you to reach." I was like, how come you didn't tell me this when I first started? I would have been so much better prepared. Because I love people and I don't like disappointing people. And I'm not a people pleaser, but I love people and I don't like disappointing people. I wish you'd have told me this up front. But again, when the Lord tells you to do stuff that's uncomfortable, you just got to shed the layers of what you believe, how you've done it. Because I would normally, I would never even consider that. But he said, your language is bait for the people I want you to reach. And if there's people that are saying, stop, you're cussing, hell. Damn.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
B, not F, not MF, not a-hole. And I'm comfortable with those words.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a reason to say them right now. So, you know what I mean? Good Lord have mercy. I just realized if that's the response, you're not the person I'm trying to catch.
Yeah. So
this is bait.
Yeah.
This is deep sea fishing. This is not a few minnows in the shallow. We're trying to get to some people that are not listening to my preaching clips. Well, you don't have to stoop that low and start cussing to reach the. No, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna look dead in this camera again. This is the way I've always talked. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I don't want you to think I've always talked like this.
Yep.
I've always talked like this. I'm not gonna mentor everybody. I'm not gonna disciple everybody. But there's certain people, they don't even hear you until you cuss. I can't tell you how many people I've had to cuss at to make them like, oh, snap. Now I hear you. I'm like, good Lord, have mercy. I used all my big words. I have a vast vocabulary. I've spent several years with that dictionary, and you didn't hear me until I said sugar, honey, iced tea.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm after a certain type of person. And those people don't even hear me until I talk like them. That's what makes me relatable to them. Talk like them. I know.
So, yes, you guys heard it. I came across this pastor maybe a couple years ago, and I'm on social media on YouTube, and I hear some of his sermons, and again, it's okay. Then recently, I came across this podcast that he's doing, and it's called The Basement. And in this particular episode, he's saying that the Basement podcast is not a Christian podcast. And to me, I thought Christianity was was a lifestyle, okay? Like, I thought it's not something that you put on Sunday, but it's something that you do every single day. Like, it's who you are as a person, okay? So I thought that's what it was. So that's number one. So that's another question I had. Okay, Christianity. So that is not a Christian podcast. Okay. Then number two, he says that the Holy Spirit told him to cuss. Okay. And cursing is something that he has always done. After saying that, then he goes on to say that he's telling a story about a fishing trip that he went on, and that the guy that was baiting the hook to catch the fish is a master baiter. Now, I have a whole bunch of questions with everything that he's talking about in this podcast episode. The reason why I have a lot of questions is because of this. In the same podcast that he has, is called, like I said, it's called The Basement. He's talking about how to hear from God, right? So I'm going to show you this clip, and he's talking about how to hear from God. Take a look.
Regular, I'm basic. I love to give y'all like practical application stuff. I mean, how many sermons have we heard on hearing God? And this is still the question. How do you hear God? How many books have been written on hearing God? And then here's what people still asking. How do you hear God? So let me give you the most practical answer I can give you. I learned to hear God by reading his word. And the reason why I began to hear God more clearly outside of reading his word was because of how much I actually read his word. Now, please take this. It is not going to get any simpler than this.
So in the clip, he's saying that in order for you to hear God, you have to read his word, right? But in this episode, he is saying that he's hearing God tell him to curse. He's hearing God say to him, I want you to be bait. Your language is bait for other people. And I'm just like, are you listening to God? Like, did God really say that? Because I thought in the word, in Ephesians 4, it says, don't let unwholesome talk come out of your mouth unless it's to uplift people, right? And so in this podcast, he's saying that in order for him to curse, people are not listening to him unless he curse. He's using all these other words. They still not listening to him until he curse. Jesus didn't do that. Jesus did not do that in the Bible. Jesus didn't have to curse in order for other people to hear what he's saying. Why do you have to curse? And then not only that, in the beginning of that video that I just showed you guys, where he's talking about how to hear from God, he's saying there is so many, like, why does this question keep coming up? There's podcasts, there's written books, people teaching about it, there's preaching about it. There's preaching about it, people keep asking about it because of things like this that you're doing. You are saying God told you to curse when there's nothing in the scriptures, in the Bible, that will back it up. And you yourself, Tim Ross himself said, if you are going to hear from God, you have to read his word. So who am I supposed to believe then? Who am I supposed to believe? Him or the Bible? Him or the Bible? So I just want to leave that with you guys, okay? Let me know in the comments below. Because the Bible clearly says, it's very clear in Ephesians, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their need, that it may benefit those who listen. right? Okay. So the whole point of me even bringing that up is because of this. Nowhere in the Bible does it say it's okay to cuss. It's okay to curse. I guess because he's a pastor, it's okay for him to cuss. But that's not what my Bible says. My Bible says nothing, it actually speaks against that. So again, I'm going to ask you, who should I believe? Again, let me know in the comments below. Let's have a dialogue about this. Okay? I guess his audience is not towards me. It's not for me then what he's talking about. And then I don't want it. You're right, I don't want it. I don't. I want what God has for me. Do you want what he has to say or what God has to say? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to talk more about different topics like this. Guys, there's so much I have to share with you, okay? Definitely check out my next video. If you like what you saw, let me know. Give a like. And again, let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.